So before we dive in, if you're watching this right now and you simply want to just build your website without going through all the steps yourself, what I've done is I've created a done for you template that you can download right now. Okay, so the link to grab the template is in the description below. It includes the full landing page template and a step by step guide. All right, okay, let's get into the video. Hello, my name is Abolade, and I'm going to be showing you how to create a service-based website using a vibe coding AI software called Lovable. So, before I proceed, I would like to introduce myself and tell you what I do. My name is Abolade. I am an automation strategist. I optimize business workflow. I help businesses to create automations. I'm also an AI product architect. I create B2C and B2B software as a service. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can create a service-based website using vibe coding AI software. So, before now, how websites were traditionally created before AI tools existed. So building a website was a very long and technical process, right? First, you had to, plan the website. You had to decide what pages you needed and what features it would include. Then the designers will come on board. They will create layouts, visuals, and after that, the developers had to now convert those designs into code. And finally, the site had to now be deployed and so on. So even a very simple website required a lot of planning, design, coding, testing, and deployment. So that's why building a website traditionally could take days and sometimes weeks. However, right now with vibe coding, the process had become simpler. Instead of going through the 9 separate technical steps, you can simply start with a prompt and make adjustments with prompting. Okay, so it's as simple as, for example, you can prompt an AI vibe coding software with something like, can you create a one-page website for a fashion designer and then use a luxury style, include sections for service, include sections for booking, contact, WhatsApp, and so on. And within a few seconds, the AI will generate a working website. The layout will just appear, sections will come out well structured, and the design, is already applied automatically. So instead of writing HTML, JavaScript, you can simply adjust the website using, prompt, and you will have a working website for you. So I will practicalize this for you in a moment, how we can use the vibe coding AI software to create a website, right? So we'll be using an AI software called Lovable to create this website. And we're also going to be using ChatGPT to support this process. So ChatGPT is going to help us with this by properly defining the structure of the website based on the purpose of the website. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to define the purpose of the website. So so the purpose of the website is based on the niche, of course. So we're going to choose a niche for this website. So let us say we're building this website for a business coach or a business consultant. Okay. So now we are going to need the website to position the coach as a credible consultant. So this is the purpose of the website now, and the website is also going to promote their one-on-one coaching or consulting sessions, It's also going to help them to showcase their digital product if they have any, such as their books or courses that they've created, any digital materials that they have. And the website is also going to help them to capture leads and inquiries. And it's also going to help them to drive bookings and sales. So now this is the purpose of the website. This is what the website is going to help this business coach to achieve. Right. So now, so with this, the website is not just standing as a personal branding website. It is both an authority website and a sales website, because it's portraying them as a credible coach, and at the same time is helping them to sell their materials, their books, their product, whatever they have. So that means every section that we create in this website must support one of these goals. Okay. So now that we have the purpose of this website, the purpose is clear. So the next step is for us to define the structure of this website. So for a coach or consultant website like this, the structure has to be, simple. It has to be clear. It has to be direct and very powerful at the same time. So in the structure, we're going to be in. So the structure of the website would include the sections on the website, and each of the section has a job that they do. So now, starting with the hero section. So the hero section is the section that captures the attention of the visitors. So that is the first thing that any visitor would see once they land on the website. So that means the hero section has to be captivating. It has to straight away tells the visitor what that business does. So a business wants to pay attention to the hero section and make sure that it's as captivating as possible. So the next section is the about section. So this is the section that talks about the brand and the business owner, as the case may be. So this section helps them to build connection and trust with the visitors. And the next one will be the service section. So the service sections explain the one-on-one offer, in this case, such as a strategy session or a consulting service that the coach may offer. And the next one will be the digital product section. This is where the coach gets to display their courses, materials, or ebooks, whatever tangible products that they have. They will display it at the digital product sections. So the next one, they can have a testimonial section where they get to, prove their eligibility. This is where they get to post the proof of the work they've done, what people who have used their services get to say about their services. And the next one will be the call to action section. So the call to action section is where you tell the visitors what to do next, the next step to take, you know. So it has to be compelling enough for the visitor to take the next step, either to purchase the product, either to book a one-on-one session with the coach. And next, they can have a contact or booking section. And so the booking section or contact section makes the action easy. Whatever action it is they want to take, it makes it easy. So here they can, embed a form, and they can embed what's it called, a booking tool such as Calendly. That's an additional feature that can be added or integrated to this website. Now that we have defined the structure of the website, so the next thing we're going to do now is to head over to ChatGPT to clearly define the structure of this website for us. So we're going to be prompting ChatGPT to create a clear website structure and a blueprint for the business coach or consultant website. I'm going to prompt ChatGPT to create the website structure for the coach website. So I'm going to prompt it to say that act as a website strategist and Now I'm going to prompt ChatGPT to create the website structure for us. So with this prompt, I'm going to ask ChatGPT to act as a website strategist and conversion focused brand architect. I want you to create a clear website structure and blueprint for a business coach or consultant who offers the following, which are one on one coaching or consulting sessions, business strategy sessions, clarity sessions, and also sells digital products such as books, courses, and ebook. And so, what is need you? Okay, I think that's what I intend to type there. So, what I need you to produce are the following. So I want you to produce website purpose, the target audience, the core offers, website structure, purpose of each section, call to action, strategy, key features, trust, and I'm going to be prompting ChatGPT with this instruction and have it create the website structure for us. All right, let's see. So, like I said, this website is we're building it for a business coach or consultant. So you can use the framework to create it based on the business or service that you offer. And like I said earlier, this is for a service-based business. Okay, so it's come back with the blueprint. So it says here website blueprint for a business coach and consultant. So it has properly defined the purpose of the website. So the website should function as both an authority platform and conversion engine, right? And the primary goals of this website will be to position the coach as credible and knowledgeable, clearly explain the problem they solve, you see, promote premium one on one coaching, right? So that has been clearly defined, and the target audience will be for visitors who are entrepreneurs and small business owners, professionals seeking career or business clarity. Great. So this is clearly defined now. So by the time we prompt the software to build the website, it's going to achieve all of this purpose. So these are the core offers. It should clearly separate two types of offers. You see, like we mentioned, um, it will have all of this, the strategy sessions, business consulting service, and also, personal coaching, and now the scalable offer, which is now the digital product. So it's been able to separate what the core offer, the premium offer is. So every visitor who comes on the website will know where to go based on what they are looking for. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to instruct ChatGPT to convert this structure to create. I'm going to instruct ChatGPT to create a prompt that we're going to be feeding to the vibe coding AI software to build a website. So I'm simply going to instruct ChatGPT to do that now by saying, please create for me a prompt to feed into a vibe coding, a vibe coding AI software, a vibe coding AI software to build this website based on the structure you have created for me. So please create for me a prompt to feed into a vibe coding AI software. So I'll just put into brackets the one we're using called Lovable, to build this website based on the structure you have created for me. I'm just going to go ahead to request for that, and let's see what we have. So ChatGPT has responded with, now we turn that strategy blueprints into a precise build prompt for a vibe coding tool like Lovable. So the goal of the prompt is to instruct AI to generate a conversion focused website, not just a pretty layout. Here is a prompt you can paste into Lovable. So here we have a well-defined prompt. Create a modern professional one-page website For a business coach and consultant who offers one-on-one coaching sessions, sell digital product, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Okay. All right. So the purpose is well defined here, saying position the coach as knowledgeable and trustworthy, promote one-on-one coaching and consulting sessions, and all of that, and all of that. The sections are being created. So we're just going to be feeding this into the AI software to build the website. Right. So I'm just scrolling through to ensure that we have everything. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to head over to the software. Quick one. If this is feeling like a lot of steps, remember that I have a done for you version. Everything we're building right now is already done for you. All you need to do is just open it, change your business name, swap the colors, and boom, you are live. All right. The link to obtain it is in the description below. Now let's get back to building. And the first thing we want to do is to create an account, which I've already done. So that's quite simple. So you want to type into your browser lovable.ai, and then it takes you through the process of setting up an account. You can set up an account with your Google or using your email. So, and then it brings you to this landing page, and this is where all the build happen, right? On the first page, it brings you to. So what we're going to do is to simply copy the prompt that ChatGPT has given to us. So I'm just going to come back to copy the prompt right from the spot, right down to the last beat. Okay, I think just trying to say conversion. Okay, no, not here. So I think it stops at footer. Okay, no, I don't think so. Okay, so it goes further down to basic SEO setup. Okay, no, I think it goes beyond that. So ensure the website emphasizes the premium coaching. Yeah, I think this is where the instruction stops. So you want to pick it here and take it to Lovable. Just simply copy and paste. So I'm just going to go ahead to prompt Lovable with the prompt ChatGPT has created for us, and watch it do the magic. Okay. All right. So if you look on the left hand side, that's where all the work is being done. Okay. So for Lovable, you can actually do this free of charge. You don't need to sign up for the paid version or anything. So the free version earns you up to 15 credits, and I think it renews per day. It tops a credit with 5 credits every day. So 15 credits is actually more than enough to achieve this goal. So you don't need to pay anything really. So as a business owner, this is how you can create a website for yourself without having to pay a developer. Okay, so it's doing all the work here, setting up the design and all of that stuff. So we're just going to give it some time and let it to do the work. And here we have it. That is it, all done. It wasn't even up to 5 minutes that this was generated. So have a look at what we have. So right from the top, yeah, I think we forgot to include a coach name, a business name, so to speak. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and prompt Lovable with a name that we'd like to give. So, but that's where the business name would be, and it has all of the section. And here at the top, it has a call to action. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to open this up in the window. Yeah, so here we have it. Wow, I think this is actually very fantastic. So within 5 minutes, we've been able to generate this beautiful website. Wow, I think this is really beautiful. So as created by ChatGPT, I mean, the purpose and the structure of this website was created. So here you're going to have the name of the business, and here you have the about section, and these are functioning buttons. So if I click onto the about, it takes me straight to the about section. If I click onto the services, it brings me down to the services. So here is the offer of the one-on-one coaching session. So the owner can go ahead and include, all of this stuff. So right here is the form for anyone who wants to book a session for the product. If you go into product, it takes them directly to where they can purchase the digital product, clarity playbook, focus mastery courses. So these are things we just, came up with. So it depends on what your service or your services are. So you need to tailor it accordingly. So this goes to testimonial. So these are made up testimonials. So you can put in real testimonials using a prompt. So this takes you to the contact section. This is where visitors get to contact the business owner by, putting their names, their messages or whatever the inquiry is about, and this is where they get to book a session. So if they click on book a session, it brings them to this form as well. So that's it, basically how you can use a vibe coding AI software to create a website for you within minutes. Right. So I'm just going to do something. I'm going to demonstrate how you can update the website using a prompt. So, for example, we're going to create a name for the business by prompting the website. I mean, sorry, by prompting the Lovable AI software. So you just don't want to give it anything randomly. You want to make sure you do this correctly. So what I usually do, you go back to ChatGPT to ask that it gives you the right prompt to create the business name. Okay. So I'm heading over to ChatGPT now to get that prompt created. Yeah, I think this is slow. Just bear with me, please. Okay, we're back. Okay, right. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT, please write me a prompt to create to create a name for the business or brand. Yeah, so to speak. So please write me a prompt to feed Lovable. To feed Lovable, I think I would say to include a name for the brand or business on the website. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. On the website, yeah, I think this is better. Please write me a prompt to feed Lovable to include a name for the business or brand on the website. Right. So let's get that done. Okay. Without changing the structure of the Lovable. So here is actually, clarifying what we need to do. So you just need a clear instruction to update the site identity without changing the structure Lovable already generated. That is very important. So the trick is to tell Lovable exactly where the brand name should appear so it becomes a site identity. Exactly. So it should be well positioned. So update the website to include, yeah, so I think it's my place to actually choose a name. Okay. So do not modify the existing structure or sessions. Yeah, very important. So leave everything as is and just work on the brand name only. So I think I will just choose a random name so that we can, see what's going to look like at the end of the day. So I could say, okay, there are several places to put that brand name. Could just say, yeah, I'll just use my name. So my brand name is Correde Blue. So I'll just use my name on that one. So I need to spread it across everywhere that appears. So here, so you can equally just tell ChatGPT this. I think I forgot to do that. You can just say include the brand name Corridor Blue, whatever it is. So it just um insert it by itself while creating the prompts rather than having to edit it here. So right. Yeah, I think that's okay. There's one more place. Right. What's this? Okay. Yeah, I think that's everything. So I'll just go ahead and prompt it to. So that's how you can, excuse me, that's how you can, make adjustment to the what you've already created. Okay, I'm just going to skip this one. I'll do that later. So yeah, so it's working it out now, and let's wait and see. Okay, I think that's been done already. So it says here updated Corridor Blue branding throughout the site. You see, it's actually appearing on it already. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just take it to the big screen, and here you go. So here we have that updated, as simple and easy as that. So that's how you can create a website. This is looking really nice. Personally, I like the theme. It's so smooth, soft, and very simple. So yes, that's it. That's it about this section. So if you want to make any changes to the website, you can, just prompt Lovable just like I've just done. And you can, you can make tweaks, you can make adjustments, and for every other section that needs integration, that would be an added feature. So, for example, if for the product purchase, so the person can just go ahead and integrate this session to payment platforms such as Stripe. If they want to go ahead to sell their product directly on their website, so they can integrate Stripe, PayPal, to sell their product and take payments from customers. And for book a session, they can go ahead and integrate booking tools such as Calendly. That's actually easy as well. So they can do that also by prompting Lovable to get that done. You see? And if, for example, they already have their product listed on platforms such as Seller, they can also integrate that into this website. So it can integrate to a whole lot of other tools, or what's it called, yeah, tools that the person is using for their services. So that's it about so that's all for how to create websites using vibe coding AI software. I hope this video helps you, and thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for watching till the end, and I will see you in the next video. So to deploy the website, you want to come onto this button here that says publish. So if you click on publish, it opens up this window where you can rename the site. So of course the site is going to be hosted on Lovable app. But you have the opportunity to customize the domain. But for to customize the domain, you will need to get the paid version of this site. So, but in the meantime, because we're not customizing this, we can just go ahead and rename it. So the name of the brand we chose was Corridor Blue. So we can just go ahead and name it Corridor Blue. And okay, I think I mistakenly went back. So I'm going to type it in again. Right, so Corridor Blue right there. And I want to click on this check button and then click on continue. And of course, it's going to be public. Then click on continue again. So you can upload here you can upload the logo of the brand. And but for now, I'm just going to leave it as it is and come down to continue button and click on continue, then publish. So we're just going to wait for this to finish publishing, and then we'll have a look at what we have. Yeah, so right here it says the app is live. So that has successfully published to the internet. So here you can view it by clicking on that button, and then it brings you live straight to the live site. So this is the live site now, and the public can access it. So here is your link right here. createblue.lovable.app. So once you click this here, you can go onto the browser and put in the link, and voila, there you have it. So that's how you build a professional website using Lovable and vibe coding. Now you've seen the whole process. So if you want to skip the building and jump straight to customizing, I would say you should grab my done for you template, where you will get the full landing page that we just built, plus a full prompt guide with every edit prompt that you would need. Okay, so the link to grab it is in the description, and it's also in the pinned comment below. If this video has helped you, kindly give it a like, subscribe for more, and drop a comment. And I would love to know what kind of website you're building. All right, see you next time. Inbox full of conversations, whiteboard full of bigger plans. High smart, then trust the process, delegate and let it span. Every risk is just a roadmap.